Wolfman, completely covered in hair, shares his tortured story of his life and family. With more than 60,000 hairs on his face and a career as part of a freak show to his name, there's no question that Jesus Chuy Aceves is a little bit different. But while the man known as the Mexican Wolfman may be celebrated for his individuality, his unusual appearance has also given he and his family a difficult route through some discrimination and harassment. Dozens of members of Jesus' extended family also suffer from the same extremely rare condition. Called congenital hypotrichosis, it means that they were born with an abnormal amount of hair on their face and bodies. Due to their appearance, they suffer from discrimination in all areas of their lives. The subject of a new documentary film, Chuy the Wolfman, made by Eva Adradas, Jesus spent his childhood with the nickname the Little Wolf. Growing up in Loretta, northwest Mexico, Jesus' family was shunned by the local community, and by 12, he was working at a fairgrounds. In the film, he says, "My life in the circus started when I was 13. As his two cousins also had the condition, they were given an offer. The man said he'd pay us well and wanted all of us. He said that they would house us and there would be plenty of money. I said yes." The filmmaker said the life that he led was no joking matter. These men and women, boys and girls, struggle with the same issues, from being made fun of at school and abandoned by their non-hairy parents as children, followed by discrimination in the workplace and abandonment by their non-hairy partners as adults. And although they were able to find work, it was as weird features in traveling shows and being locked up between performances. The only consistent work they can find is circuses and sideshows, exhibiting themselves as freaks, just as Jojo the dog-faced boy, Lionel the lion-faced man, Julia Pastano, and other individuals with the same condition did centuries before them. Jesus reveals in the film that he used to drink to excess, almost did himself serious harm. Recovering, he traveled the world with the Circus of Horrors, and was the subject of the Channel 5 documentary, It's Not Easy Being a Wolf Boy. Now with a family of his own, Jesus has 3 daughters, the eldest a single mother in her 20s, all with hypertrichosis. The filmmaker reported to the BBC, "It's harder for the women because it's less socially acceptable for a woman to be very hairy." It was important to me as a filmmaker to give a voice to them and let them tell their stories and to document the challenges they face in their daily lives. Only 50 cases or so of congenital hypertrichosis have ever been recorded in history, and in Chuy's family, from his deceased ancestors down to his 6-month-old nephew Darian, there have been 30 cases thus far. The filmmaker adds, "Never before in the history of the human race has there been such a hairy family, and Chuy, the Wolfman, is the only film portrait of his family in existence."